this for a fourth fight like Jennah Macallister.
No
My goodness.
kidding. And not that I'm calling you old in the sport, but you probably had fights where you fought in front of 100 people.
That's right. The old Hammond Civic Center, Hammond, Indiana. Leo Machida in the first jungle fight. It was in the middle of nowhere, probably 100 people there.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, 2003, and he's still going strong. Kudos to Machida.
History of the sport. Macallister making a little noise for her fans, getting them into it.
Representing Grinders MMA, giving a big stomp. Lupita Godinez coming all the way from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Passionate about the health and happiness of all pets, and that shows in our high-end exclusive line of pet supplements at Trico Supplements. It is now time to meet the ladies first. Fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts Red Corner. From Grinders Submission Fitness in North Glen, Colorado, please make welcome Jennah Macallister. And now, fighting out of the Blue Corps Shooting Center Blue Corner. From Titan MMA in Vancouver, Canada, please make welcome Lupita Godinez. This women's professional 120-pound MMA bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Referee Tom Johnson.
And as you can see it on the back of her trunks, Godinez goes by Loopy, so that's what I'll be calling her throughout the fight. Miss Lupita. So Loopy versus Macallister. Referee Tom Johnson, wearing black and white this evening, calls him to the center. Here we go, punchy-kicky time. 120-pound female division.
Jennah Macallister looks to be the taller, longer fighter. Let's see if she could use that reach to her advantage here.
And Loopy steps in, gets a nice left hook at the end of her combination there.
Jennah makes her eat a jab that time on the way in. That's really going to be key for Jen if she can control that distance with that jab that she's looking to do right now. She looks to have the straighter punches and Loopy with the loopier punches, no pun intended.
Ching. And Loopy stepping in nicely with her footwork, very quick, in and out, does not leave herself on the inside, steps outside of the range of Macallister nicely.
Moving her head well, but look at the damage that left jab did to the nose of Loopy.
Already Loopy showing a little blood. And Macallister gets her neck snapped around a little bit with the left hand.
Nothing reminds you to move your head like a jab to the nose.
If only I had moved my head 1/8 of an inch.
Yep, Jennah Macallister being patient, controlling the distance with her jab.
Loopy active with her footwork, staying busy, and moves her head nicely on the way out.
Starting to land that left hook. There's a couple in a row. As you can see on the fourth one, and you can see the redness on the left or the right cheek of Jennah. And here comes the right hand.
Sets Macallister down just momentarily, and there's the left hand again. And you've been saying it all night long, Stephen.
Wow.
If something works for you, go back to it.
You go back to it. But Loopy did an excellent job. After she landed about 4 left hooks, she had Jennah worried about that. She dropped her with that right hand.
And there comes the right again.
And there's another one. It's a great job of mixing it up, confusing her opponent is Loopy right now.
And Loopy getting a very nice read on the distance.
Yeah, her corner saying go after her. She's still hurt, and I think they're right. Jennah doesn't look to be as crisp and moving as quickly with her feet. Eats another right hand, and now you can see the left eye swelling up.
There's blood around the nose of Loopy earlier, but starting to redden up around both eyes is Macallister.
That's right. And hey, when you start getting hit with that many power punches, when do you say, hey, let me switch up my strategy and take this fight to the ground, or maybe at least start clinching using my knees?
Exactly. Still have 2 minutes to go. This is a 5-minute round. If that level change or strategy change doesn't happen here in the first round, we'll see if Macallister's corner gets into her ear about trying something different in round 2.
That's what fighting's all about. You got to make adjustments. If your game plan isn't working, you got to find a new one that does.
And how tough is that stuff if you have a game plan and you're 2 minutes into a fight and you know everything that you had planned isn't going to work?
Yeah, you got to find that hole, find that opening, find that chink in the armor, because right now you're eating power punches, your eyes are swelling up, and it's not looking good for you. She's got long legs, you know. I would be surprised if I were a corner, I'd say start using that switch kick every time she comes in.
Start working the kicks, agreed. And Lupi flashing the right hand, showing it to her, saying, hey, maybe you should worry about this.
So far, Jennah hasn't even thought about going for a takedown.
And Lupi stepped in with the elbow that time. Forearm crossed across the cheek of Macallister.
What a great round. Jennah started off controlling the fight with her jab, damaging the nose of Lupi. Then Lupi starts moving her head, landing that left hook over and over. Got Jennah worried about that. Then the right hand started coming.
Less than a minute left. Macallister knocked down to a knee just momentarily early in the round.
Yep. Little flash knockdown, but it's Lupi who's been landing the power punches this round.
And Lupi looks so calm, so relaxed right now.
And talk about making adjustments. She was eating that jab, then she started moving her head and landing her left hook.
Good little skip-in jab there by Lupi.
Closing in on the final seconds of this first round. Although Jennah was winning the round early, Lupi definitely came back, and to me, it's all her round right now.
Yeah, the latter half or third of this round, Macallister relegated to primarily defense.
End up in the clinch for the first time as the round comes to an end. Great round for Lupi.
Couple of stabbing knees by Lupi there to end the round. And I saw Macallister look over at her corner and kind of shake her head like, yeah, don't worry about it. Sort of like, no, everything's fine. I got a read on this. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see if she changes tactics, because to stand on the outside and strike definitely played into the hands of Lupi, as we're seeing on the replay.
Yeah, here's some of that replay. Lupi landing those power punches. Interested to hear what Macallister's corner's telling her and what kind of adjustments to make during the second round, because she definitely needs to make some if she's losing this fight.
Yes, absolutely. Say that with us. That was a pretty easy round for the judges to score.
Yep.
Colorado has not adopted the new unified MMA rules, so for people thinking maybe 10-8, they're not doing that, being as liberal with 10-8 here in Colorado as some of our more knowledgeable fight fans that are watching other fights around the nation happen might think.
Very interesting, JR. I was not aware of that.
And Lupi picks right up where she left off. Flashing fast punches, mixing it. Started with the jab, went to the hook.
Yep, found that home for that left hook. It's landed a couple here in the second.
And stepping in, doing work, and immediately getting back out of range. I was just going to say it, and then she proves me wrong, but interestingly, very minimal kicking in this fight so far.
Yeah, it's pretty much been a boxing match.
Boxing in 4-ounce gloves is a rough way to be a pro.
There's a low kick.
Yeah, nicely done.
So far, it looks like Macallister hasn't really adjusted her strategy too much. She's still kind of fighting the same way she did in the first round.
If nothing else, she's almost a little more stationary right in front of Lupita, letting Lupita circle around and just sort of pivoting, staying centered.
Yeah, she could tell she's kind of thinking a lot instead of staying light on her toes, pumping that jab. She's worried about the counter, and it shows.
And that's a great place to be if you're the opponent, when you can see things like that and you know that your opponent's worried about what you might do.
And right as you mentioned that, JR, Lupita lands 2 more left hooks to the right side of Macallister's face.
Macallister really going to have to start to pick up the offense here.
Yep, just like the first round, JR, Lupita landing that left hook. And now Jennah Macallister worried about that left hook. Let's see if that opens up a home for the right hand.
And Lupita works her way in and then works her way out of range. I mentioned that several times. Macallister is making an adjustment in that as she's throwing her counter, she's stepping forward now. So she is trying to change that range and catch Lupita on the way out. So
yes,
that is a nice adjustment that Macallister has made.
And she has landed a couple nice low kicks here in the second. Still overall, looks like Lupita's outpointing her when it comes to punches.
Yeah, most of what Lupita lands seems to have a damaging effect to it. If not cutting up her opponent or swelling up her opponent, at least making her head snap around so you know the shot landed.
Yep, and get her worried, get her thinking, get her hesitating.
And let the judges know, hey, I put that in there and had effect, because that's what they look for, is strikes that are effective, strikes that cause damage.
That's right, JR.
And the corner of Lupita sitting right next to us, so I can hear him instructing, saying that the elbow is right there. So interesting that the shorter fighter would be being instructed to use a shorter range weapon.
But man, it's like she can't miss with that left hook if she lands a couple more in a row. Now popping the jab, popping the front kick. Peter racking up the points here.
Oh, and that one caught Macallister under the ear right on the neck, and that's a brutal place to take a punch. That'll just stiffen you right up.
Down less than a minute left here in the second, and so far it looks to me that Lupita's been able to outpoint Jennah Macallister. There's a nice hard overhand right that misses from Jennah. Let's see.
Some blood on the leg of Macallister. I think it's dripping down from her right eye.
Yeah, we'll see if she makes some. She's going to have to make some adjustments in this third round coming up. Well, there's some blood trickling down from the nose of Lupita from that left jab of Jennah Macallister.
Oh.
And that
almost
punch
caught
landed,
her with the running hook.
Jennah was on one leg when that punch landed, so it wasn't a pure knockdown. And we are at the end of round 2.
Good sportsmanship, and both fighters having some fun in there. We like to see that. But Macallister just has to pick up the offense, and obviously wants more effective offense.
Yeah, and once you're down 2 rounds to none, you really got to go for it. You got to go for broke. I mean, it's do or die. You don't want to just contend losing a decision without really leaving the fight saying, like, I didn't go for it, I didn't try.
And the thing about, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Aggressive.
The thing about that is your opponent knows that you're going to come out looking like you have to finish this fight. So Lupita is going to be ready for Macallister to come out looking to finish.
But so far, we really haven't seen Jennah Macallister like go forward and be too aggressive. She's just kind of trying to control the distance with her jab for the most part. We really haven't seen her pour the pressure on. And sometimes, you know, you do that to a fighter, and that's the thing that works. That's the kind of missing link. So far, she hasn't been able to figure Lupita out. I wonder if just some aggressive moving forward, throwing both power punches is what she needs.
Yeah, or completely change it up like we talked about. Start working some takedowns. See if you can't,
Switch up the strategy.
Yeah, get this fight in the clinch or get this fight on the ground.
Sure, the corner lit a fire under her rear end there, telling her she's got to go for it this round.
And interestingly enough, the corner of Lupita saying, let's finish it. So
Yeah.
not wanting their fighter to coast at all. I love that. I love that out of the corner.
So far, Jennah landing a couple good low kicks here in the third round, maybe too little too late.
Macallister trying to keep that guard up nice and high, trying to cover against some of those head punches coming in for Lupita, but she still found success with it, snuck around the guard.
She is moving forward a little bit more. Look at her controlling the center of the action.
Yes, sir.
Putting Lupita near the fence, and she hasn't really done that the first two rounds. The hard low kick there. Got a good jab. But at this point, we need some combinations out of Jennah. And there they are.
There she goes. More of that. She needs a whole round of that.
Yes.
Lupita was looking for the hard right on that.
Just misses
Wanted
with that
that
right
cross.
hand. And here they end up in the clinch for the first time, really.
Couple of stabbing knees
Inside
by
trip.
Lupita.
Doesn't get it. And there's Jennah letting her hands go, and that's what she needs to do.
And a look of determination on the face of Macallister. That's what we want to see. A little bit of that, hey, I have to get after it right now. This is my chance.
That's right. She's being a little more aggressive and doing better this round. Nice hard low kick there from Jennah.
And Lupita not having to change up her game much, even though Macallister's a little more aggressive. Her footwork still serving her well. Her distance and timing still on point.
Yep, and there she goes for the single leg, and she gets it. Runs the pipe. Let's see if she can pass here on the way down. Macallister trying to hip heist. Lupita pushing her back into the fence. And Macallister's up, going for the guillotine and cranking on it. Lupita looks to be in a little trouble here. But she's out of danger. Jennah slips on the knee.
Good job by Jennah trying to get that knee on the way out. That was the right technique to throw. Just Lupita was ready for it, got herself out of the way. And Macallister, nice job of getting herself up off the mat there. Scooted her butt up against the cage, immediately popped up.
Yeah,
You can tell she's been working that cage walking in the gym.
Popped the hips and attacked the neck, went for that guillotine, made Lupita defend, and so far she's having her best round.
Absolutely. And little blood smeared around the face of Lupita, probably from when that choke was in, the arm sliding around.
That pressure on the head.
Not quite a Diego Sanchez mask of red there, but
Involuntary little eye poke. Jennah touches hand, says she's fine, comes forward, fires a couple more punches. As we're closing in on the final minute.
crowd getting into it, chanting Jennah, Jennah. Maybe that'll give her what she needs in this final minute.
There she is coming forward, throwing power shots. She lands a right hand there. Lupita on the defensive.
Macallister able to get Lupi toward the cage, but
That's
never
a nice
really,
right hand.
yeah, never really made Lupi put her back on the cage and be stationary and take away that one avenue of escape.
That's right. And we see her make those adjustments here in the third round. She's having a good round. Probably her best round. She might have won this round as we come to the final 10 seconds.
Good body kick, landed solid, but just a couple of seconds left.
And there it is. Great adjustment from Jennah, but might be too little too late as Lupita looked to have control those first 2 rounds, but let's see how the judges score.
Big smiles all around. I love it. Quite literally best in the business as far as ringside doctors go. One of only 2 that I know of ringside physicians that have actually taken an MMA fight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
You don't see that every day.
interestingly enough, I asked him, you know, you're a successful physician, why'd you do that? And he said, I'm in there making decisions that can affect these guys' careers. I need to know what they're feeling and what they're doing. So he did it in order to benefit the fighters.
Nice.
Yes.
Great to hear something like that.
And checking out the replay here, and this is where we saw Macallister get put down by way of a takedown, but immediately able to scoot back and get these 2 out there to lighten the crowd. Second for Sean to get the decision from the judges. He'll give us the official word. Looks like we have UFC fighter Mr. Neil Magny in the ring for the cage for a post-fight interview as well. Well, you certainly know the nerves of what it's like standing there waiting for the judges to tell you what your fate is.
Yeah, you never know. It all comes down to 3 human beings' opinion.
Judges' scorecards. Judge Garcia scores about 29-28 Godinez. Judge Mills scores about 29-28 Macallister. And Judge Van Tine scores about 29-28, declaring your winner by split decision, Lupita Godinez.
And it was a close one. Split decision goes
Now turn the mic
Lupita
over to
Godinez.
Neil Magny for a post-fight interview.
The longest commute home. No, we have fighter from Brazil here tonight, right? So, yeah, second longest
First
commute
off,
home.
congratulations, Lupita. That was an amazing performance. It seemed like early in the fight, your speed and your accuracy were the main things that would allow you to capitalize on this fight. Would you think that was your game plan coming into this fight?
Well, I used to get the fight 2.5 weeks ago, so I wasn't sure how my cardio was to take up my first pro fight out here in Colorado. But my game plan was just box, and then hopefully have an opening and take her down, and that's what I was trying to do. But hopefully for my second pro fight, that will be a little bit better. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Viva Mexico!
Amazing job. Congratulations once again. Is there anyone you'd like to thank going after this fight?
Well, I want to thank all my teammates, my team, Titan MMA. I have so many people back home that is helping me a lot, inspiring, training. My family, sisters, and my boyfriend. He's like super helpful all the time. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. Thank you.
Great job, Lupita. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Gets to go home with the victory. Makes the drive well worth it.
This is Oho. Give us 5 mics. Target is moving. Oho out. Copy. Sacrifice out.
When I joined the military, I thought I knew this word, sacrifice. It was simple, to die for my country. But there's so much more to this word. With my team, it had a different meaning. Some think it's days, months, years of time. That's not sacrifice. My brothers that died for me, yeah, that's sacrifice. Now that I'm on my way home, what will this word mean? Who is my team? Hell, who am I?
This is Oho. Target is in place. Copy. This is Sacrifice moving into position. Sacrifice out.
We take a moment these holidays to remember everyone deployed, and also to remember everyone who is coming home. Let's honor their sacrifice and service. You can help some of these returning veterans through their transition by joining Regroup Foundation. Go to regroupforvets.com.